Why are you causing distraction all over the place that you are a faction of the political party?
Yes, it's true. As at the time I left the Congress hall, where the collation is being done, we had received reports from 14 states.
I am sure many of us have seen the big quarrel inside the ADC. I've stopped talking about the ADC because they are now inconsequential.
But at least in the community, everybody was involved, agents were involved, and they did the counting. We have finished successfully.
In terms of quantum of votes, Atiku was leading.
Plan to confuse Nigerians or, from knowing the truth of the matter.
Amaechi say foul. Amaechi say he's not going to be vice president to anybody.
Whether they should vote for merit, not ethnicity or religion. That's the most important thing.
Other states are being awaited, but he was leading in most of the states.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News, Gist and Blog. A lot is going on right now. I don't know how to celebrate or get angry or help somebody to cry. ADC just conducted their primary and somebody is crying already. When Peter Obi left ADC, some people will say, oh, he does not stand to fight. Oh, Peter Obi is too weak. Now, somebody that stood to fight is not crying. Before we dealt with the whole issues that happened and how everything played out, I want you guys to watch this particular video of this analysis on how people were, at least in their own opinion, who will get the highest vote during presidential election in 2027. And I want you guys to watch their breakdown. I want you guys to watch their breakdown to their own opinion, how they think that 2027 election will go. We'll be right back to give you the full details of ADC election.
Peter Obi may not get much from the north, but from the south, the Obidient, especially the southeast part of the south, and of course even the southwest, likely he may repeat what happened in the last general election.
But can Kwankwaso help him?
Kwankwaso has only one state. I've said so many times that the name is so big, but you see, he doesn't have followership beyond Kano. He couldn't even corner Jigawa, Katsina, Kaduna that had bordered Kano in the last general election.
One thing I do know is that the North supports its own. So what I see that will pan out is they will look at all the candidates that are available to the North, all the positions that are available, and then they will stand behind the one that will give them the most benefits in terms of aspiration. That is what I see the North. And if that person is Kwankwaso, they will support him.
Remember that even if Kwankwaso is not as popular outside of Kano as we want it to be, the larger North, they have, like Uju said, they have a way of reading the arithmetic.
Yes.
And it's a question of, do we still want Tinubu to continue? Are we happy with him? Do we like what he has done to us?
Oh, here, the issue is that most of the candidates, most that have who emerged will come from the south, except of course for the ADC Atiku upstages Chibika Amaechi. Then it will be one northern candidate versus all the southern candidates. That tells you that it's the north that will determine the outcome. Yeah, but one thing that is very significant is that the Kwankwaso movement and the Obidient movement are the only two movements that are a machine, kind of, that you don't need money to really enter.
All of you knows that the fraction that begins with the ADC started from this particular guy, Dumebi Kashuku. When he came out to say that all the consensus, the coalition they did is non-avoid. He is the owner of the ADC. Now, in this particular video, they asked him a simple question. Why are you causing chaos here and there? Now you said you want to contest for the primary, and I want you guys to watch what he said. We'll be right back.
Why are you causing distraction all over the place that you are a faction of the political party?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're not a faction. We are the ADC. The people who you mentioned, Atiku and Co, are the people who are factions. We are the ADC. Yeah.
Please tell us how you are the ADC.
If you watch our convention yesterday, you will see ADC faithful from all over Nigeria, all the state chairmen of the ADC as recognized by INEC. They were there yesterday. I think what has happened is in the last 1 year, the media has built this myth about an ADC of David Mark and Co, Atiku and Co, Bitobi and Co before they left. And I've always said, I said since last year that ultimately, that when all the dust is settled, we will see the real ADC. Because there's a substituting court order that said that we are the only ones who have the right to conduct congresses and convention, and it's based on that we did conduct our convention yesterday.
Was INEC with you yesterday?
Yes, they were there. So what is happening is that, like they said to me when they came into our party, that they will try me before the court of public opinion if I don't let them have their way. And I've said that I'm the last person who cares about your trial in the court of public opinion. It will be foolish of me to respond to those people because, sorry to say, I am not at the same level as those people. Even before they emerged in politics in 16, 17 years ago, I know where I was, so I don't place myself. I don't even believe it's proper for me to start responding to those accusations. That's the politics they play. And when they play that politics, what happens is that we spend time discussing this and we don't discuss the issues and the solutions to those problems. And for the last 3 years, we have a situation where governance has come to a standstill because they're playing politics from day one. Our countries are at war, like you guys have mentioned. People are being kidnapped every day, people are being killed every day. Our streets are flowing with the blood of the innocent. And instead of politicians who come to a round table to say, how do we stop this? We are playing politics with this. We are being politically correct. We know that people of a certain section of this country, people are crossing our borders, coming in, and nobody can call out these people and say, what's going on? Can't you call your people to order? What's going on? But you seek to lead Nigeria.
In response to Dumebi Kashuku claim in this particular video, I want you guys to watch the response of Abia State ADC chairman, what he said about Dumebi. We'll be right back.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ruben Abati. I think it's an opportunity for me to sit before Nigerians to clear these misgivings that has been ongoing on the social media and even the conventional media. I want to tell Nigerians there's nothing like Dumebi Kachuku faction of the ADC or David Mark INEC recognized ADC. Where I belong, I am a member of the ADC National Executive Committee. I am the ADC Abia State chairman, and that makes me the legitimate member of the ADC National Executive Committee, like the rest of the ADC state chairmen. We are the body, the highest organ as far as ADC is concerned in Nigeria. And the National Working Committee, former National Working Committee led by David Mark, was actually ratified and affirmed by the National Working Committee of the ADC, which I am still a member. So it cannot be said that we are a faction. Rather, we are the highest decision-making body of the ADC. There is one impression, or let's say, a plan to confuse Nigerians, or from knowing the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that they are hiding a court judgment by Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which rendered the National Working Committee led by David Mark or the Kumba as we speak. Now, on April 29 of this year, this appeal court, the Federal High Court gave 8 judgments, sound judgment. Among those judgments, we had 2 perpetual injunction. I want to paraphrase. The injunction is this: that the National Working Committee was restrained. The court restrained INEC from dealing with David Mark-led National Working Committee of DDC. He also took the power of convoking National Convention and Congresses from them and returned to the state chairman and the State Working Committee and State Executive Committee, who are, given the right to conduct these exercises by the constitution of the ADC. Worse than that, and that is where we are today. It is not about leadership problem. It is the body which certified the David Mark National Working Committee of the ADC, taking back what in the legitimacy it gave to them. Like I'm saying, yesterday, they failed to tell the world that they went to court to, appeal the Federal High Court judgment. Now, and aside from appealing, they also, pray for stay of execution, which the appeal court, in their wisdom, refused to grant. Now, the question is this: if there was nothing to execute, why did they go to court to seek stay of execution? Now, there's a letter dated May 13th, written by Kola Olowokere, our legal advisor, to David Mark leadership, asking them or reminding them the need to respect the court judgment and stay away from anything that will, implicate the party further. Like I said before, one of the tenets of democracy is, obeying court orders and rule of law. This is what the David Mark-led National Working Committee of the ADC has failed to do. As we speak, we are not the Dumebi Kachuku-led faction. We are the neck of the ADC, which certified the David Mark leadership. And we went to INEC after that judgment. We wrote a letter to INEC, which was acknowledged by INEC. And we set up a date for congresses and convention. The congresses states we are sent to the INEC, and they approved it. They received and acknowledged them, and we did their convention. I'm coming. Our Dumebi Kachuku has been in the ADC since 2021. if I remember, he was our last presidential candidate. He came up and purchased our form and indicated interest to run the election, and we elected him unopposed because, as we speak, he is the only legitimate candidate of the ADC.
Okay, I'm curious because, of course, the presidential primaries for the David Mark ADC are ongoing. And the National Publicity Secretary had said that the membership register has about 3.4 million members for the ADC. Do you have custody of this membership register?
Like I said before, it is a DC document. We've registered ADC had members, since 2021 that I became the chairman of the party. ADC had members today. And you also know that the registration of ADC or members is a continuous process. So it is not about me having this thing. It is
so you have a shared...
You
have shared access to it, is my question. Because Bolaji Abdullahi also holds the position of National Publicity Secretary that you say you also hold. So I'm curious as to who has control of the register. Are you the one who has control of it?
Now, let me put the record straight. You do not. The National Working Committee of this ADC, runs the day-to-day affairs of the party. And before the court judgment, David Mark leadership, the Supreme Court removed the status quo antebellum and reinstated David Mark as the national chairman of the ADC, and we are asked to go back to Federal High Court to treat the substantive nature of the matter before the court, which they've not done. We did not go to court for all those things. So we went to court to challenge the legitimacy of David Mark led to National Working Committee to conduct convention and congresses for the ADC, citing Article 17 of the ADC Constitution. And in the court wisdom, we got judgment which they are hiding from the masses. Now, like I said before, maybe I will use this opportunity to tell the world what the content of that judgment is. The judgment bars David Mark and bars him from convoking national convention or convention, and also instruct INEC not to attend any event, convene any event whatsoever by the David Mark-led administration, and the power to do so was returned to the neck of the party. Now the question is who are the real members of the ADC neck? They are the legitimate members of the ADC. They are the chairmen, because they are the only one that were elected and have the legitimacy.
Now, I want you guys to watch the main video on how they declare Atiku winner over the rest contestants, Amaechi and co. I want you guys to watch this particular video. We'll be right back.
And 11 state results have been received. We are still awaiting some other results. We are starting anytime from now. We're going to start, like you said. It will probably run into over several hours. But the major party leaders and major dignitaries are arriving, so we are going to start any moment from now.
Does it bother you and the party leadership? Because Mr. Ayatollah says he's not going to come because he thinks that the process is rigged and there are a lot of irregularities.
Well, I mean, we don't have any evidence. Hello, sorry, we don't have any evidence now to be able to support his position or to deny his position, because, like I said, we've not collated the results. We've not noticed any pattern in the results, and we've not seen enough to be able to establish a pattern or to be able to say this represents evidence in the direction that he is speaking. But we will, I mean, there are processes for addressing such complaints. If there are complaints of irregularities, there are processes for dealing with it within the political party and within the electoral process. But so far, like I said, we don't have enough. We don't know enough to be able to say yes or no to the allegation.
At this moment, I just hope that Amaechi will still stick with ADC without him saying, oh, the shame will not allow him to decamp to NDC. But I know definitely he knew that Atiku manipulated the vote and also by the loyalties of all those people that voted for him from the north and all across Nigeria. You guys, you have to watch how they were also counting their own vote.
Yes, it's true. As at the time I left the Congress hall where the collation is being done, we had received reports from 14 states. Other states have been awaited, but he was leading in most of the states, though each of them won in some other states too. Hayatuddin won in some states. Amaechi also won in some states. But in terms of quantum of votes, Atiku was leading Now, the issue of whether there is transparency will be determined when the proper parameters are analyzed properly. So I wouldn't jump into that conclusion.
Yeah, well, we're not jumping to conclusions. We're simply asserting or repeating what two of the presidential aspirants, I mean, there were three of them,
yes.
2 out of 3 have said that they don't have confidence in the process. One of the aspirants, Mohammed Hayatuddin, is alleging widespread vote rigging in this primary. What is your reaction to that?
Well, you see, I wouldn't succumb to that opinion at this stage until I see, because vote rigging can come through several, methods, and you have to look at it. First of all, do we have overvoting in any place? Do we have, ballot snatching in some places or whatever? Those are the issues that you look at when you are thinking of whether or not an electoral process has gone well or not.
Right.
And at this point, we've heard a general, accusation that there were irregularities, and in what form we don't know yet. But we expect that the party will look at it, because it's not the last election we are going into. We are going into a general election too. And if we don't begin to prepare ourselves now, then we may have challenges.
Right.
And the party is very keen on ensuring that when it puts its processes into action, it will analyze after it to see whether they went well as planned or not.
No viral videos are like with that of the APC vote counting, but we all know that they manipulated the result. Now, Amaechi have two choices: either not to be partisan in politics and just stay home, or out of shame still have to campaign for Atiku, which I know is going to be very difficult because they did not make him vice. He said he's not going to. He said he wants consensus, but he's not going to be vice. But now it's neither vice or I don't know, maybe Atiku consider him as vice. Maybe, I don't know. So what are your take about this particular video you just watched? Anyway, I also want you guys to watch this particular video of Idris on what Idris said about this, the foreseen future of this ADC, how this ADC primary will be conducted. He said it about 3 days before this election, and I want you guys to watch the video. We'll be right back.
I am sure many of us have seen the big quarrel inside the ADC. I stopped talking about the ADC because they are now inconsequential. We promised them that the day Obi will leave ADC, that will be the beginning of the end of ADC as it is. They thought it was a joke. The joke is now already on them. Atiku felt Obi was his problem. They arrogantly were telling Obi, take vice president or leave. Obi has now left. Amaechi say foul. Amaechi say he's not going to be vice president to anybody. That he is willing and determined to run for president. I support Amaechi. Amaechi run for president. Alright? There's no coronation. You people laughed at us that we're running away from primaries. Who is now running away from primaries now? Kenneth Okonkwo, Dele Momodu, and others were laughing that Obidient and Peter Obi and Kwankwaso are afraid of party primaries. Time for party primaries reach now. You are the ones who are lamenting. You are looking for consensus. No, there will be no consensus in ADC. Everybody should go to the field and test their popularity. Amaechi has the right to contest for primaries. He has the right to run for, although this is also a joke. He came out the other day to boast that his supporters don't insult people. Amaechi has no supporters. He simply does not know. Even in Ubima, where he comes from, I'm not sure he will get votes there. In Ubima, I'm sure they contest election within his family, immediate family. He will lose to his wife. His wife contests against him. So that is the bitter truth. All right. So let him get that thing off his mind that he has supporters. Amaechi has no supporters. But let this fight continue. Since you people did not see the light, we say let us work together. Give Obi Kwankwaso the ticket. Provide support. Let us get rid of this confusion in Aso Rock. You say no. It must either be your way or the highway. We have gone to the highway. Have it your way. Thank you and God bless you. And to all my friends in ADC, Wakoyo, I see some of them still wasting their time in Edo. Don't waste your time. Don't spend your money running under ADC. Don't waste your time. It's not a good use of your time and resources. ADC is not an option in Edo. I don't know anywhere else. So, I don't see them. Since we left, ADC went quiet. After abusing Obi for the first 2 weeks after we left, nothing else has been said. They've become quiet. They are now colder than AC that is on 16. So it's up to them to wake up one way or the other.
Now you're listening to what he said. I also want you guys to watch this particular video. We'll be right back.
At a time when democratic values are increasingly being degraded, within the nation's political landscape, the ADC proudly stands out as the only party in Nigeria presently demonstrating genuine commitment to transparency, inclusivity, democratic principles in the selection of its presidential candidate. Unlike the culture of impositions which has gripped our country, either through consensus manipulation or predetermined outcomes that have become prevalent in contemporary political parties, the ADC has embraced a credible democratic process that gives every qualified aspirant, and indeed every Nigerian qualified citizen, an equal opportunity to present their vision and earn the support of members of the party across the country. What differentiates the ADC from other parties in Nigeria is that it is the only party blessed today with 3 eminently qualified aspirants who each of them is qualified to pilot the affairs of this country at this most difficult time. Our aspirants, members of the press, I think you should know a little about them, just briefly, are the highly respected former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, GCON. Every Nigerian knows that he's a dedicated Democrat, a nation builder, and a great unifier. Another of our candidates, aspirants, is the Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi, the vibrant former governor of Rivers State and a former Minister of Transportation, who led some of the most ambitious transportation infrastructure projects across our country. And of course, you can see the diversity of ADC. We also have an accomplished private sector operator in the person of Alhaji Mohammed Hayatuddin, one of our nation's finest development economists, businessman, and former chairman of Nigerian Economic Summit Group. No one can accuse any of these people of being unserious.
Anyway, this is where I'm going to be ending the video today. I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section to tell me your thoughts about Amaechi losing this primary and about Atiku emerging as the primary winner. So it's going to be the North against the Southeast and the Southwest. So which is the Atiku we have to contend with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi and Showore. Those were not to join. Those Showore just recently. This is Showore primary. Showore emerged as a sole winner in his primary, contested against himself. Everything went well according to the primary of the AAC. So he really don't have a formidable force to contest against him, except him buying the form for himself, him being the vice, him being the party. I think they said he stepped down as the party chairman. But what are your thoughts regarding to all of those gbasgbos, the way the APC conducted their primary, Bola Ahmed Tinubu having over 11-point-something million votes in primary. So anyway, 2027 election is going to be tough. So everybody have to sit up and tighten their bets because they already showed the green light, how they conducted that Abuja election before, and now they conducted the primary. You see how right in your eyes they are manipulating votes and counting, and nobody can do anything. So I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section. I love you guys. God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can show your love to us is to like this video, comment your thoughts about this video, what you think about it, and above all, subscribe. If you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out. If you have subscribed before, you are a returning viewer. I pray God continue to bless you beyond your imagination. The money and data that you are spending to watch my video, may God continue to replenish niche for you. Tinubu government will never affect you. The economy dichotomy will never affect your household. May you continue to prosper in Jesus' name. I love you. God love you more. Until we meet again. Peace out.
3,404,000 plus members based on the membership registration that was submitted to INEC. And that is after cleaning up the entire So we are very clear about this. We are building a political party that is based on certain principles, which is transparency. So this number I've given you, you can go to INEC and you verify it, and you find it exactly like that. So we are not going to start sexing up figures because we want to deceive Nigerians. And what the APC is doing, what the APC will do will have been amusing and laughable if we didn't know that what they are doing is to set the stage for the rigging of the 2027 election. By claiming that they have 11 million, whatever, 12 million members, what they are doing is to put it in your head to think that, oh, at least that is 11 million votes guaranteed. It's all lies. They should produce a verifiable membership register submitted to INEC. We challenge them that if they indeed claim that they have 12 million members, they should produce the membership register and let Nigerians check whether indeed they have 12 million members. They don't have 12 million members, it's all lies.